AI is for sure going to change a lot of jobs, totally take some jobs away.
AI is doing 30 to 50% of the work at Salesforce now. All of us have to get our head around this idea that AI can do things that before we were doing.
If I'm telling you that all jobs will be automated, then there is no plan B.
I think in the short term, it will destroy a lot of jobs.
Anthropic is raising alarms tonight about AI's potential impact on employment that could soon be felt.
We'll reach the point where most of the code that's going towards these efforts is written by AI.
I think this is more like when they got machines in the Industrial Revolution. For mundane intellectual labor, AI is just going to replace everybody.
You've said AI could wipe out half of all entry-level white-collar jobs and spike unemployment to 10 to 20% in the next 1 to 5 years. That's shocking.
That is the future we could see.
Probably in 2025, we are going to have an AI that can effectively be a sort of mid-level engineer that you have at your company.
We are not far from a world, I think we'll be there in 3 to 6 months, where AI is writing 90% of the code.
My belief is that all repetitive human work that doesn't require the deep emotional connection between two people, that will all be done in the next couple of decades, better, cheaper, faster by AI.
So, are they right? When I posted these quotes on LinkedIn, it got over 125,000 impressions and 227 comments, and the responses didn't line up the way you'd expect. Engineers weren't panicking, non-technical founders weren't celebrating. The real picture is way more nuanced than the headlines. Oh, and one thing worth noting, it's March 2026. Zuckerberg said mid-level engineers would be replaced by the end of 2025. That deadline passed. Mid-level engineers are still employed. So were these predictions wrong or just early? Let's get into it. But first, let's acknowledge something almost everyone in my comments pointed out. I'm Pek Pongpat's digital avatar, CEO of Impeccable. While Pek and his team turn AI into real products and real leverage, I cut through the hype to show how AI moves the needle for your business. Impeccable helps large, small business and enterprises design and deploy AI that drives revenue. Subscribe. Pek reads every comment. Never ask a barber if you need a haircut. Every single one of those CEOs sells AI. Bold predictions drive stock prices, attract venture capital, and create FOMO-driven adoption. One commenter, a software engineer named Ricardo, put it perfectly. They are not doing predictions, they are doing marketing. Another commenter compared it to NFT predictions. Remember those? NFTs are the future. NFTs are the new way to become a millionaire. NFTs will go mainstream like e-commerce. How'd that work out? So yes, take every quote from these guys with a boulder of salt. But the best marketing is rooted in a kernel of truth, and something is actually happening on the ground. Let me show you. Here's what I'm seeing firsthand. Founders, product managers, operations leads, people with no engineering background are building working applications right now using tools like Cursor, Claude Code, Lovable, and Base 44. One commenter named Robin said, "Everything I've ever wanted to build is possible for me now. I never had the funds to pay a development team. Now I am the team." Another guy, Matt, runs a marketing agency. Zero engineering background. In the last few months, he's built internal dashboards, research platforms, AI agent workflows, real production tools his team uses every day. His words, "Could I have done any of this 2 years ago? Not a chance." And a CEO named John said he rarely even uses his former CTO for coding anymore. He just does it himself because the tools let him. It's like what the iPhone camera did to photography. Professional photographers didn't disappear, but suddenly millions of people could create good enough content without a $3,000 camera and years of training. The barrier dropped and creativity exploded. That's what's happening with software right now. But here's where the story gets more interesting, because those same people are hitting walls. Matt, the marketing agency guy, he also said, "I still hit walls constantly. Architecture, security, scalability decisions. I'm not capable of making those." And my favorite, Francisco, an AI engineer, said he gets at least 2 LinkedIn messages a month from people asking him to fix the app they built with an AI tool because it doesn't work. A company called Satware that actually runs AI-enhanced dev teams laid it out clearly. They hire fewer junior generalists now, but they absolutely still need engineers who can define the problem, validate the output, and own the consequences, especially around security, compliance, and domain modeling, when the problem itself isn't well defined yet. So non-technical people can build V1, but V2, V3, scaling it, securing it, maintaining it, that's where engineering actually lives. So the engineering role isn't disappearing, but it is changing, and the numbers are kind of staggering. One commenter described a project he oversaw before AI, 200 people, 2 years, about 1 million lines of messy code. With AI, a few people. 5 months, 1.2 million lines of clean code. And that's not incremental improvement. That's a fundamentally different way of building software. But does that mean you need fewer engineers? Not necessarily. And this is where it gets really interesting. A CTO named Iran made what I think is the sharpest point in the entire thread. He brought up something called the Jevons paradox. The idea is simple. When something gets cheaper to produce, you don't produce less of it. You produce way more. So, if building software gets cheaper and faster, companies won't just build the same stuff with fewer people. They'll build 10 times more stuff, which means more need for people who can architect systems, debug production issues, and handle ambiguous requirements. His job description for the future engineer: the people who can get more out of AI than a PM and can also fix it when it breaks. He said, "I still call them software engineers." Another commenter made a great thought experiment. 2 companies, each with 10 engineers, all using AI. Company A fires half the team. Company B keeps everyone and ships 10 times more features. And then there's what engineers actually spend their time on. A VP of engineering with a 200-person embedded device team said his engineers spend most of their time on beta bug fixing, incomplete logs, environment variations, unclear reproduction steps. That requires systems-level thinking, judgment, and cross-functional coordination, not just coding skill. As another lead engineer put it, you can't incentivize an AI or hold it accountable when production breaks. Someone still needs to have operational responsibility. So, will AI replace software engineers? Here's what I actually think after reading 227 comments and building with these tools every day. 1. Writing code is being commoditized. That part is real. If your entire value is translating specs into syntax, that's getting automated fast. 2. Engineering is not just writing code. Architecture, debugging messy production issues, security, compliance, handling ambiguous requirements from stakeholders. That's the actual job. And AI is nowhere close to replacing that. 3. The barrier to building dropped dramatically. Non-technical people are building real things. That's not hype. I'm watching it happen. But they're building V1s, not scalable systems. 4. The best engineers are becoming absurdly productive. The gap between great engineers and average ones is widening. AI is a multiplier, and a multiplier on a bigger number produces a bigger result. 5. CEO predictions are directionally right, but timeline wrong and motive suspect. They have every incentive to overstate and accelerate. The shift is real. The speed they're claiming, take it with a boulder of salt. And 6. The real question isn't, will AI replace engineers? It's, what does the engineering role become? And the answer, from almost everyone actually doing the work: more architecture, more systems thinking, more judgment, less typing. The job title might stay the same. The job description is already different. And if you're an engineer watching this, the move isn't to panic. It's to become the person who can get 10 times more out of AI than anyone else in the room, because that person is in very high demand. Now, 2 things before you go, depending on which side of this you're on. If you're a founder or non-technical builder and you vibe coded something that works, but you know it won't scale, it breaks in weird ways, you're not sure it's secure, and you're nervous about putting real users on it, that's exactly what we help with. We take what you built and turn it into something production ready. And if you're running a company and you want your engineering team operating at 10 times output with AI, giving them leverage the way the best teams in this video are doing, we build that capability too. Either way, link is in the description. Let's talk.